Welcome back. My name is James Johnson. This is my lovely mother, LaDonna.
Hi.
We've read the first 5 books of the Song of Ice and Fire series. We've seen the first 7 episodes, and today is the day the 8th episode's airing. We have not seen it yet. It is, what time is it? It's 4:08. So it will be out in 5 hours, a little less.
Okay.
All right. So this particular video, we're going to make this short and sweet. It is possible, again, to reemphasize, we do not know how any of this is going to end. We just love talking about it, and we end up more certain about certain things than others, but all the while blanketed in the knowledge that we do not know. So this episode is about Bronn and Ed. Here's the thing. They're brothers. Again, we don't know, but they're brothers. Wouldn't it be cool, forget Ed and Bronn, if throughout all of these novels, there were people that we had watched evolve throughout the story, we understand them truly, seen them go through crazy things, and we find out near the end that they're related, which has happened multiple times, but that's not really my point. And that they've lived entirely different lives and separated from a young age, just like the family of the Starks, to live different lives in order to come together near the end. So first off, they kind of look similar. I mean, not a lot, not like we think Dany and LaDonna look alike. We think they look a lot alike, but they look alike enough to be brothers, to justify it in hindsight.
Like you and your brother.
Yeah, and if you put me, my brother, and my sister all in the same room, then it becomes apparent we're all brothers and sisters, brothers and sister. So here's the evidence for it. They are around the same age. They look very similar. They appear to have lived entirely unique lives where they wouldn't have intersected. One is one is on the wall. That's Ed, Dolorous Ed, and the other one has become a mercenary sellsword, and then a sellsword ultimately. So both of them. How do I want to do this? So Ed says that they have a discussion at Craster's Keep, Ed and his brothers, about that we all shit ourselves when we die. He says he learned that at 8, I think he says, because his mother died and he remembers her shitting her brains out. He even goes, which is funny in the moment. Guess who also says the exact same thing? Bronn. People shit themselves when they die. I learned that when I was 10, 12. A little bit older than Ed when it happened to him.
I think he said he was 5.
Okay, so the relation of those two situations, I think, is not to be forgotten.
Actually, Ed says fart. She farted when she died.
Okay.
And so that was a little subtle difference. And then Bronn says everybody shits themselves when they die.
And there may be more subtle nods that we're forgetting in the moment. We didn't want to make this too big of a deal because we thought it was a cool theory that we wanted everybody to hear. We mentioned it in videos before, but in hindsight and side note, not a big deal. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
Just a couple minor things. In the books, Dolorous, it's not Dolores, it's Dolorous, which means sorrowful Ed. And he's kind of like Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh.
Cynic.
No, not really. Bronn's more cynic, but
that's what I'm saying. They're both kind of cynical. I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Ed's more sorrowful and cynical, and he thinks the whole world is an axe falling on him slowly. It's funny in the books, it really is. And they obviously both came from poor backgrounds. Dolorous Ed specifically speaks about it. It's more mysterious. But he said he basically didn't have any food, place to live. It was really, really hard. And obviously, Bronn's trying to get away from that childhood because he wants money. And, you know, Ed's on the wall. He didn't really have to have it. But Bronn's goal is to get money, a castle, etc. And
the green light, which is always beyond his reach.
Green light from Gatsby. He also said that his mother, this is Bronn speaking, that his nose had been broken many times, but the first time was when his mother threw a frying pan at him. And that was right before the Blackwater scene.
Which at least makes his family relevant, and we don't know anything about them.
So this is really a silly little throwaway, but we've been thinking they might be. Oh, and Bronn once said, "I've been above the wall."
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Up here.
So, and I can't remember exactly what he said.
I don't know, but
and I don't know if he specifically says it, but there's something he says in the show implies that he has been above the wall at least once.
It was a long time ago.
Anyway,
that's all I have to say.
All I have to say too. Love y'all. Hope you enjoyed it.